put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning.
People, welcome back this morning to the Tobago Updates morning show, and we are back now. You know, Julien, just before, in fact, just a little while ago, we had that interview with Tamika Seals Manzano and Vaughn Edwards, and you know, we were speaking to the issue of the Argyle farmers waiting to have their lands plowed, and the farmers really up in arms about the fact that there is no tractor when they need it. Mr. Edwards did make mention of the fact that they have been working along with the farmers in Argyle. But what he forgot to mention and remembered only thereafter was the fact that the Argyle farmers, he indicated, are about 60% completed. So they have been working with the Argyle farmers, maybe not at the speed that the farmers would like, but they have been lending the assistance. And again, there are alternatives for tractor use privately for the farmers to access. Of course, it's going to be at a cost to them and not to the division.
Yes, certainly in terms of getting the updates out there, very crucial and critical. And at this point, viewers, we're heading straight on into the segment with Gail Rajkumar, co-founder of Trinidad and Tobago's Sister Society. And she's online with us as we speak, Women in Credit Union Seminar. And I'm sure Gail would be happy if I make the full indication. Gail Remy Rajkumar,
yes.
in case you're thinking she isn't connected. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, good morning. Thank you so much for having me on the show this morning.
Good morning to
All
you.
right.
Now, Gail, it's really good to have you on the program. I'm hoping that you're able to start with us this morning on what TTSS is all about.
Great. TTSS is really the acronym for the Trinidad and Tobago Sister Society. And we're really a subset of the Global Women's Leadership Network. And for those of us, and for those of you out there, viewers who are involved in the credit union movement, it's really the women's arm of the credit union industry. So just to put in perspective, you're a member of a credit union, and I hope you're a member of a credit union. And then you have the credit union, the various credit unions, you know, the Taticos, the Copas, the RAN, the police, etc. And then you have the chapters, you know, the Tobago chapter, the Northeast chapter, Northwest chapter. And then you have the league, our Trinidad and Tobago Credit Union League. And then you have the Caribbean of credit unions. And then you have World Council of Credit Unions. So that gives you an idea of the onion in terms of from member to the World Council. And the Global Women was formed in 2009 as a subset of the World Council. And within that time, they have encouraged different countries to have sister societies, you know, with the same mandate as they have up there. So that's what we're about in a nutshell. We are a sister society, and we're one of 4 in the Caribbean at present.
All right.
Okay.
So what we want to get, and I know, Gail, we've been interacting for some time through our very own credit union as well, and you continue to be very passionate about encouraging in terms of women within. What can we expect coming out of this seminar that is scheduled to take place, Women in Credit Union?
Right. Well, this year in particular, we are celebrating 10 years of voluntary work, and we have engaged in having monthly events from January till October. So we started in January with having a cash flow management program, because you must know your source of income. You know, how do you spend the money, where money comes from? We want to always have some kind of, you know, educational aspect of our program. February, we had a carnival soiree with Clico Credit Union car park. We had something in March with our International Women's Day, where we had our Mrs. Rowley as our feature speaker at that event, International Women's Day. Then April, May, we had our event with the Lupus Foundation. And June, we want to have some in Tobago, because this is our first time having the TTSS function in Tobago. And that I'm very happy about. And we chose June because June really is a month for what they call developmental education. In the calendar of credit unions, June is a developmental education month. And with that in mind, we chose Tobago to have our session this Wednesday, June 14th, at TechU Coral Reef Hotel on Oilfields Trace Road South. And I hope to see everybody there. Let's answer the question again with respect to what's happening there. We will talk about education for women at that session, the different challenges, and how we could help alleviate some of those issues here.
All right. Now, Gail, tell us about Gail, and I have to say Gail Rajkumar. Tell us about the keynote speaker. Who is the keynote speaker for this year?
Right. For this program in the June edition, our keynote speaker will be Dr. Maria Dillon Remy, independent senator.
Remy selected this time around.
Yes.
Hello?
Say it again, please. I missed that last one.
Sorry, yes. Why was Dr. Remy selected as the keynote speaker this time around?
Because I think that Dr. Remy brings a lot to the table. Her independent thinking, her choice of her slant in terms of her vision for Tobago, her vision for women, her John Maxwell background, her educational background as a medical professional. So many reasons we have chosen Dr. Remy this time to be our speaker in Tobago.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much. And very quickly, the cost affiliated with and contact information for persons, is persons still able to register, or has registration since closed? Yes, if you could give some information on registration.
Today. That's right, still open today. And we are asking for a contribution of $275, which will defray our costs, for the food and the rental, different things in Tobago. And we are asking that at least 2 persons from each credit union be represented. I mean, there are several credit unions on the island, and we're hoping that all will send someone to represent and be part of this exciting event on June 14th at Tecu Coral Reef, Oilfield Straight South. Looking forward to seeing you there.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Again, very quickly here, is this conference open only to members of the credit union or representatives of credit unions?
No, it's not. It's not. And it's not only a woman, or not only women are involved. I mean, we're not a feminist group, so men are also invited to support the women's initiative at this event. So we're looking forward to having as many as possible. Julien.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Duly noted.
Thank you so much for being with us this morning, Gail Remy Rajkumar. All right, Julien. So there you have it. And I knew you would be you were ready to run off, but I knew this would be one for you.
Yes. In the movement, most certainly. And Gail is one very, very passionate indeed. All right. Yes, Rhea, we're just at about that stage of a wrap up for the Tobago Update morning show. And we want to thank you so much for those of you who continue to tune in each and every day, those connecting with us here right in Tobago, those of you, my colleagues and friends across in Trinidad, that meet me and remind me, yes, we tune in from the time at 7 o'clock, we make sure to come across. And those of you out there in the region and the world at large, certainly using this opportunity to connect with everything that's happening in Tobago. Thank you so much for continuing to choose the Tobago Updates morning show.
All right, and just before we go, we want to remind you here that Phyllis, one of our sponsors here, Phyllis, and that's Phyllis Beauty Salon. She's got a very excellent Father's Day program on coming up this week, so fathers can check her out, and she can call her at 610-3871 or 479-4285, and she's just after Rosie's Bakery down at Canaan. So she's having specials from head to toe for the fathers, pedicures, you name it. It's going to be happening during this week here for the farmers. Wine and foods and a whole treat for the fathers coming up on Friday. So you want to check Phyllis out this week. Again, that number is 610-3871. 479-4285.
All right, thank you very much, folks. And at this point, we prepare to head on over to Tobago Notes, and this will be followed by GMT. Bye-bye for now.